Okay, well, when we started this band, it was, first of all, it was me and Anthony. We pretty much grew up in a sandbox together, you know. We were little kids kicking around. And Louis was his brother. He played guitar, and we just used to, you know, kick out the jams in the cellar. And then Teddy was in a band the next town over, kind of like an arch rival band. And we finally got together. We all hooked up one night and just, you know, kicked out the jams and everything. The chemistry was just perfect, you know. It just felt good, it felt great. So we just kicked around the area, the Boston area, you know, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New York, Vermont, all around the, you know, the upper East Coast area. And that's about it. You know, we had a great time doing it. We don't regret anything. We played a lot of cover songs, you know, but we had a lot of experience, something I would never ever regret doing. And eventually, we went through a couple singers, and then we brought out Anthony out front, and he took over as a front man. And ever since then, you know, we've been still rocking. Well, the experience coming out to California, I could write a book about. I'm sure we all could write a book about. We had a time of our life. We had some tragedies, and we had some good times. We had some funny times. We had some times which I probably can't really mention on this camera right now. But anyways, you know, one of the biggest setbacks we had was we had an old bus that we drove around back east for touring. You know, we'd sleep in it, and it was pretty much self-contained. But anyways, the brakes weren't that good, and we had a little problem in Arkansas, and our brakes failed. We were getting off the exit, kept going right through the stop sign, back onto the freeway. Finally, we stopped, went ahead a little bit more, went to a gas station, and got brake fluid. Next morning, we go out there, and Teddy gets under the bus to fix the brakes, because Teddy's the Mr. Fix-It man, you know, he's Mr. Wizard, Mr. Mechanic. And Anthony starts the bus, and he starts it in gear, and it runs over Teddy's leg, and it was pretty bad. It was, for a minute there, you know, we didn't know if we could even go on anymore. But, you know, with the grace of God and everything was with us, our families and everything, we got through it, and we kept moving on, and we eventually got out to California. We had the great opportunity of opening for Missing Persons before we came out to the West Coast. And for me, it was my dream come true. I was able to just sit behind him and just like stare at his every move, you know, for the hour and 20-minute set or whatever they had. And that's something I remember my whole life. And to this day, as I play, I still think back on that, and you know, kind of steal little things from him now and then if I can. Well, my childhood dreams start from probably my first concert that I ever saw. I was 1 in 10,000 people, and yet I still wanted to be on that stage performing to those 10,000 people. And you know, I'm not going to stop until I do. And I hopefully, you know, we're on our way up, and there's nowhere to go but up right now. We've been through everything with this band together. We're just like one big family, basically. We know everybody inside out, and our dreams just are to play our own music in front of people that'll appreciate it. And hopefully that by the time we do establish that, you know, it's great to make a living and it's great to sell, you know, 1 million records, but we're not really concerned with that right now. We just want a roof over our head and food on the table and just playing our songs, you know, to as many people as possible and just spreading the word of Kilowatt. Feel the power. Okay, Anthony, the singer, he's I've known him the longest. He's probably one of my best friends or one of my better friends. We've been, you know, we pretty much grew up together. I know that kid inside out, and you know, vice versa. Anthony's one of what I think is one of the premier vocalists. His strength and power behind the mic is just incredible. He gives a lot of inspiration to the band for that fact. And I think he's come a long way, you know, since I've known him for so long. I've watched him literally grow up within the band. And he keeps to himself a lot, but when he does get out, and when he does get out with the guys, you know, there's no stopping him, you know. It's just, we can just laugh and have a great time. And I think you put all those 4 units together, including myself, and, you know, you have a pretty tight family, pretty tight band. You know, we're here to stay.
Trust nothing. Some of my other dreams, let's see. I dream that I pull up to this like really posh Beverly Hills restaurant in my red Lamborghini Countach, recently purchased at Ogner Porsche on the Terminal. I pull up and the thing's spitting out fumes and everything, you know, because I have it like beefed up with nitrous oxide. And the tires are like N40s, they're about this wide. So when I pull up, I can hardly fit in the parking space, but I pull up and all the rich people are sitting out front. And the foxiest chick in line goes, "Isn't that Rocky in that Lamborghini over there?" And me being like pretty cool and sort of suave and debonair say, "Yo, Adrian, come on in my limousine. I'll give you a ride." I dream about that all the time. Well, I think live and learn is a saying that I live by. It's like too many people keep complaining about something that happened to them or keep reliving old problems. And I think if you just take it on the chin and tuck it under your belt and not worry about it, you'll just become that much better off in your own sphere of isosymmetrical magnitude.
Anything else you want to add?
I think, yes, let's see, a saying, ha ha, you wop, mom, mom, you wop. Let's see, everything I believe in is on this guitar. Like here, I do believe in this, a big dick. and God, we must.
Is it on?
Dude, shut up.
Yeah, everyone's fast.
I'm on a roll and you're screwing me up. That's what I believe in. I remember my father sent me and my brother to guitar lessons, and it was like $8 for an hour. And I asked to learn a song. I think it was a Jimi Hendrix song, and the guy said, "No, you have to learn like Twinkle Twinkle Little Star or Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer before you learn Hendrix." And I said, "Why? I've been playing the guitar for a whole week. I want to play Hendrix." And that's when I didn't go to guitar lessons anymore, because the guy wouldn't teach me what I wanted to know. You know how it is. You know, you go there and they want you to learn all this little stupid shit. I want to learn Purple Haze, and he wanted me to learn Potato Stick Head, man. Our director?
Yeah.
Probably one of the nicest guys I've met in the last few years. I don't like that many people. I don't know why, I don't trust people. I guess I have this really weird psychological problem. I don't like really trust just about anybody. Can you hear me? But our director's really a nice guy. I see mega success, really do. I feel that we've come a long way and we've matured a lot, you know, in all the years that we've been together. And I think we're at the point of explosion right now, real close to it, where it's just gonna take off. And it's not gonna be like an overnight thing where, big overnight, it's just taken us so long to get here that I think that once the explosion does happen, we will stay there for a long time. The way I look at it is we're gonna play the music that we wanna play all the time. And if someone wants to call it commercial, or if someone wants to call it thrash, or if someone wants to call it disco, whatever, we're just going to play what we want to play and make ourselves happy, because I think the worst thing you can do is try to convince the rest of the world to be happy. Try and make everyone else happy. You first have to start with yourself. So, you know, whatever we happen to be playing, if people think it's commercial, fine. I just think it's good rock and roll, so, you know, I'll stick with that. From the time I wake up to the time I go to bed, it's music, 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 band, band, band. You know, practice, 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 write, promote, promote, promote. Then I go back to sleep and I wake up again and I do the same thing all over again.
Can't remember why. I guess we both acted like fools. almost kissed it all goodbye. But we've grown together like reflections in the mirror, and we're getting stronger. It's all getting clearer. You and me, a part of me. No matter what you do or say, we gotta look to tomorrow. Forget about yesterday. You and me, a part of me. Questions in your mind, stupid games we play. Sometimes it's better when love is blind. Does it matter anyway? 'Cause your love's a fire that burns inside of me. Flames getting hot, gonna shine eternally. Yeah, you and me, a part of me. No matter what you do or say, we gotta look to tomorrow. Forget about yesterday. You and me, a part of me. Girl, you know I'll keep believing. Ooh, it ain't gonna stop. I will never leave you. You and me, a part of me. No matter what you do or say, look to tomorrow. Forget about yesterday. You and me, a part of
What influences me more about music would be feeling rather than love, just love or hate, because you know, whether love or hate is probably the biggest feelings there are, but I really never understood what love was until it hit me right in the face. My biggest feelings are always like just trying to be your best, or being the best that anyone could be. And in songs that I write, I try to portray that. As how much am I going to give up for fame? I would think that by now I've given up pretty much. You know, it's more like a sacrifice. You know, there's a lot of directions, you know, when you grow up or whatever, there's a lot of directions that you could go in. And when you really find out what you really want to do in life, you have to give it your all. And you have to sacrifice certain things, and you just have to set your way straight and do the best that you can do at that one thing. And being a musician, there's a lot of sacrifices, like how we had to come out to California and things like that, because this was the type of thing that we all wanted to do. The biggest thing that keeps this band together is the friendship that we have between each other. I think that other bands, especially in LA, you know, they have new members every week and whatever, and it's a big race to get signed, you know. It's like everybody has to get signed and blah, blah, and when one idea doesn't work, the band breaks up and then a new idea starts. With our band, we're, you know, the friendship is so strong that whether that we had a new idea or a different direction that we wanted to go in, we would all just bend and we'd go in that direction. Similar to the Rolling Stones through all the years that they've been together, you know, through the disco thing and whatever, you know, it's the same basic way with our band. What other things I like to do, I have a lot of hobbies and whatever. When it comes to jobs and whatever things, you know, personally I feel that and you know, if I was going to go into the business field or whatever field it was other than rock and roll, you know, I could be successful also. But the thing with being in rock and roll or being a rock star is that's the best thing that I want to do. That's the most important thing in my life, and that's what I'm going for, you know. It's not that it's the only thing I can do, it's just the best thing that I could do. A lot of times when I'm on stage, I'm sure everybody gets the feeling, like a lot of times I feel like I'm a different person, or, you know, it's another personality that comes out that, you know, like you're on top of the world or whatever. It's, you know, it's a great feeling. Like I always say that, you know, if I had friends or my brother or somebody, my family come to see us play, I would actually rather, you know, have them be in the crowd in the concert, like, you know, not even the front row or whatever, just to be around what the average person would see. You know, I think that would make me most proud that, you know, if my brother was out there and, you know, he saw all of the other people, how their feelings toward what they were seeing, and have him think that that was his brother up there, I think that would be really, really a powerful feeling.